everyone, and welcome back. I am Meancat, or Mia for short. Today I thought I'd draw 3 of my favorite cookies from Cookie Run Kingdom, since I've been so obsessed with that game lately. Well, anyway, my favorite cookies in different categories, that is. I tried not to just stick to the OP ones like the Beast, and the Ancients, and the Dragons, since technically all my faves would probably fall into that umbrella. I mean, they're still here, don't get me wrong, but I added an epic in as well just to like kind of differentiate it, you know? Anyway, before we get started, what are y'all's favorite cookies? Is it just based on their visual design, or do you like other aspects as well? I'd love to hear about it. And don't worry, if it's just a Beast or an Ancient, no one here will judge. Or at least I won't judge. First up, Burning Spice Cookie! A beautiful Beast cookie. Now, because this is the absolutely first time drawing him, I struggled a lot with drawing. At first, I wanted to draw him in my more detailed style that I usually draw in, but then I realized I had no idea how I wanted his face to look. Not the muscles. If y'all have seen my own OCs, then you'd know a big buff man body is not my problem, it's the human faces. Hence why I drew him in a more simpler, cute style. Basically the one I've been drawing cookies in lately. It's decently easy, with like the hardest part just being interpreting the freaking cookie designs. Abyss Monarch, I'm looking at you. Some stuff is just like, what the heck? It looks good. Doesn't make sense, but half of art is basically that when you think about it. Studio Ghibli also messes up perspective, but it looks good and no one cares, so. Anyway, before I get off topic and have to restart, finding a pose. That was the next obstacle on this. And as you can see, I gave up on trying to think up a pose and decided to just do the victory pose from memory in the game. It's pretty easy and allows my first attempt at drawing Burning Spice to be less stressful. Kinda like when I drew Black Pearl Cookie. See, if I don't plan to do a big picture, I try to go as simple as possible, and for fan art, nothing is simpler than mimicking a pose from the original media. And in a cute style. I mean, the media is in a cute style, but this is my cute style. It's different kind of cute than them. And not gonna lie, I don't have a huge or even deep reason as to why I love Burning Spice. I just love his design and his voice. Also, just how he attacks in battles. When you use him on levels or in a tournament, like a little kid is just hammering, stuff with his big old axe. Biggest thing though, I think, is when he says, "That's what makes my jam, boyo," whenever he wins a battle. It's like, OMG, he's just an old man. A mentally unwell old man. Imagine if he wasn't a villain. My mind immediately went to him being like a pun master and an embarrassing uncle. Then again, that's probably not super accurate to be honest, but it was a funny thought process. Just saying boyo, that's just the vibe I get from that. And because of that, I just appreciate him for what little I know and what I will learn when I eventually go to Beasties. I bet his whole deal is very tragic. At least that's what I've heard from the fandom and other Burning Spice fans. Somehow I ended up in a group of just Burning Spice fans. It's like I'm more of a casual fan, but honestly their love is making me like it more. That kind of happens a lot in fandom. And I don't mind. Because a lot of people have very good reasons. I feel like the only ones I don't listen to their reasons for is the ones that try to make their headcanons canon, because it's like, why do you like this character based on what you are making up in your head? It doesn't make sense. Like, at that point, just have an OC with that. Be obsessed with your OC. And I'm getting off topic, so let's just go to our next cookie. The epic. That cookie is Strawberry Crepe. I figured I'd throw this epic cookie in between the Beast and Ancient so she wasn't, like, overshadowed by them and has more of a chance to shine. You know, since most people will probably be here for Pure Vanilla, who I will probably put in the thumbnail. Let's be real. Now, for some reason, I was thinking of Blossom from Powerpuff Girls while drawing Strawberry Crepe Cookie. Don't ask why, I just was. I think it was the posing I did. Since the cutesy style I do, I low-key use Powerpuff Girl shapes to an extent. Mainly the arms. They're just elongated teardrop shapes. I mean, it's a good face when you think about it. Her love for robotics and looking at things with purely analytical and logical eyes Also kind of made me think of Princess Bubblegum. Like, Bubblegum would for sure love Strawberry Crepe like a little sister if they ever met. It'd be a cute interaction, and I have no idea how that works out. Even with my little crossover idea where Pure Vanilla gets sent to Ooh, never really thought about any other cookies. Imagine if Bubblegum went to Nerf Bread though. Then she'd probably be able to meet her. Anyway, this is the first time I've ever drawn Strawberry Crepe as well, but for her, I wanted to stay cutesy from the beginning, so that didn't really cause any issues, to be honest. Because I knew I wanted to draw her robotic limbs that she uses in battle, and drawing stuff in a more simple, cute style is way easier than just going in full detail. Well, draw mechanical stuff. Sorry, I forgot to, specify that, because, honestly, I wish I figured this out in the past. Then I'd probably have way more fan art of my fave Transformers characters and Ultimate characters. Oh well, next time. Glad I learned in this fandom at least. I honestly don't have a lot of reasons for Strawberry Crepe being one of my faves either. Big shocker, I know, most of my faves don't have deep reasonings. Just appearance and whatever concept they have. I love a good child prodigy, and her being into robotics is so cool. Especially dessert-themed ones. Her overly logical look on things is so amusing too, coming from a kid. Like, why is this child assuming weakness from common cookies? Why is she so full of dumb bias? Someone come get their child and teach her how people are more than their appearance or birthplace. Like, honestly, that's an adult thing. You don't learn these stupid little biases till you're older. Somebody probably filled their head with lies. She was pretty easy to draw overall. I just decided on the worst pose to do that. Took about 30 minutes at most to line, color, and shape though, so that's good. It was just a sketch that took really long because you got perspective, and then you gotta make sure the limbs look right. And the face. I did my best, okay? Wish I knew how long the sketch took. Honestly, I feel like it didn't take too long, but at the same time, I kinda had fun sketching, so maybe next time I'll try to time the sketching as well, but in general, I do work fast, even whenever I struggle. Gotta go out fast or else the overthinking gets me. Sorry, I kind of went off topic of Strawberry Crepe Cookie. There's nothing to talk about whenever the opinion of the character is kind of shallow. And I honestly can't watch back my recording to explain what I'm doing because your girl's using basically Windows Movie Maker renamed, and it doesn't work out. So maybe when I change editing software. Okay, back on the cookie topic. Let's go to the next one and final one, which is probably easy to guess what it is. And my number one fave, y'all probably guessed it, probably in the thumbnail, and he's also the fandom baby girl, Pure Vanilla Cookie. I had a completely different intro for him. Like, I also described him as the one shipped with a blue sociopath, who I thought I would like instead of Pure Vanilla, but then I ended up just falling in love with Pure Vanilla. Oh well. Still got to say some of that intro. Anyway, I freaking love Vanilla. Pure Vanilla, man. He has such a pleasant voice and is so sweet. He was there with White Lily Cookie when nobody else would be. At least I assumed so, because she was had such low self-esteem. I assumed somebody hurt her. I feel so bad for her. And I also love how Pure Vanilla was not only nice to her, but he has a love for learning and knowledge, but it doesn't really overshadow his morals, which I know people tend to like to do for characters like that. I mean, look at the Strawberry Crepe Cookie. She's a good example of like, oh wait, no, she didn't really have any morals. I don't really have an example. If y'all can think of an example for a character that just loves learning and stuff, and that knowledge kind of surpasses their morals, then please share. I'd love to know, because that would also just be really fun to look for other stuff to enjoy. I also like how Pure Vanilla is kind and caring, and he loves animals, and also, not gonna lie, I 10 billion% believe he and Red Velvet Cookie would get along on their shared love for animals. I wonder if they actually ran into each other after that whole ordeal. Not to mention, his kingdom just has such a cool design and concept. Like, this man has robots that once were used to make life easier for every cookie, but at the same time, has a pretty old school style castle and he still writes letters. Who does that when you got technology? Like, that's the kind of tech integration I like to see. It is adding onto an already beautiful kingdom, it's just not overrunning it. Not to mention the waffle bots actually look interesting. He needs to find Strawberry Crepe Cookie and teach her the ways of sympathy, so that together they can make way more awesome robots. I bet that kingdom could be thriving again. Anyway, this last piece, I do have some stuff written, because I actually wrote down my thought process while working on it this time around. This last piece wasn't really hard to draw, especially with a reference, but it was annoying to shade, because I had no idea what I wanted to do, and I'm still kind of lost on how to shade his headpiece, and that ice cream shaped soul jam on his chest, and the fur. I don't shade fur a lot, at least like not fur like a sheep. I basically just tried to do how I would like shade moss and trees and bushes in my comic, and I think it turned out good enough. I guess y'all can be the judge of that, but honestly, too late, not gonna redo it, haha. Because honestly, I think I did pretty good with it, at most, with me just dropping the ball in the background, because I don't know how to draw the inside of a barn, which is what I assume is in the background of this reference picture. But at the end of the day, I could just crop it. Doesn't matter, you know? I need to crop another picture of Pure Vanilla Cookie too, because I keep drawing it off-centered or just looking wonky, so meh. I hope that trend kind of stops eventually, to be honest. And that's about all I have to say about this one. Honestly, I've been talking for a little bit, and my voice is getting tired. I think I've gone off script a few times, but hopefully whenever I went right back on it wasn't too jarring. If it was, can y'all please tell me? I want to get better at this whole scripting process and stuff. Or like just this whole YouTube thing. And I can't really do that if I don't know what I'm messing up. Like, I love compliments, but I also love to improve. Just be nice when giving criticisms, that's all I ask. Anyway, for anybody that's watched this far, I want y'all to comment Cookie Brain, just so I know y'all are the real ones. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today to hear me yap about a few of my fave cookies, even if I kind of went off topic a few times. I didn't have too much to yap about, I'm not very good at yapping. And I hope y'all will stick around for any future videos. Bye bye!